Here's a quick message for the ladies. Say hi. He's looking up. He's looking at it. You don't want to say hi? Okay. I don't think I would ever give up on dance, but I had no idea, like, when I started a channel and walked away from family and stuff, and even jealous, I didn't know, like, I didn't know that much about jealousy, or that yeah, I had potentially had people in my life that had jealousy, and like the spiritual warfare. Like, I had already been studying spirituality and stuff like that, but I just, there's been like, it's been very insanely eye-opening. And I deactivated my TikTok for a while, and I knew that I wasn't just going to give up on dance. But what I wanted to say is this full circle sort of moment that I started like trying to love my body and love the way I look and like love myself. And the way I look has changed. And the interesting part to me is that I honestly don't feel like I'm not my healthiest right now, because I kind of feel like malnourishment to a degree, because like I don't need to get into details. It doesn't matter all the reasons, but like I'm not my strongest. I am getting older, and there's all that stuff too, like your hormones change and that sort of thing too. But I don't feel like I feel like there's things that I don't even know, like my varicose veins. I'm not sure. I just can't. My energy levels are like all over the place. Like sometimes I have some days that are good, and there's all of that. I think that's partly spiritual warfare too. Like depending what you're doing, like a lot of it's mental for me, or you're moving through stuff emotionally. So it takes a toll, whatever. This is not what this is about, but it kind of is, because it's like, no one else cares. No one else cares. And then added to that, it's like no one else is checking on you once you're on your own. And what's wild is that all this stuff has come up recently about like my body, and I get, this is what I was shown, and like what is that the parts that people hate the most or are the most jealous of is some part of them that they need to love. And the other side of them projecting, even because sometimes love bombing can be they're actually hating something about you, but they feel some sort of urge to say something, and they have to say something nice because they're trying to protect their image, or what. I don't know what all the reasons are that people love bomb. I don't fully understand that, but it's a manipulation tactic. So whatever it is, it's like you can flip it and look at it as a positive, because like there's been talk about, like, there was a point in time where that would have taken me out. There was a point in time where the way that my body looked, I could not handle people talking about my body. Like I would flip out, because I had an eating disorder, and I was so insanely obsessive about it, and I wouldn't show my body for a long time and stuff. So that's come all the way around to like these people are like talking about me doing dancing and belly dancing, and obviously I show my body a lot now, and I've embraced it a lot more. But like I had no idea about the patriarchal like stuff that I'd be up against, about the sort of Queen of Wands energy, and that people trying to throw that in my face and say that I'm a hoe, or that I'm whatever. Like I don't even know I don't know what the slander is. I don't know what people say about me behind my back. I don't care to know. A lot of that you never get. Like people with greed, jealousy. I'm trying to stay unbiased about it, but like most of that information we'll never get. So you just have to persevere. But in some way, you still loving yourself and showing up is, and that's why it's hard. People are like, oh, just shine your light. No, it's not that easy. Like you have to keep pouring back into your cup, because nobody else is, and because you might be feeling the projections that these people are putting on you. And not only that, but like a lot of it's mental, because I'm like, all right, I'm trying to be a leader. Like I'm not trying to be a hoe. But then what happened is that I deactivated my TikTok. I felt called to do that. I felt God being like, this is what you need to do. And I was like, but like, that's like this thing that has come through me through all of this. It wasn't something that I did dance when I was younger, but I left that life, I put it on the back burner and didn't do that. And I didn't have these creative outlets. I just poured most of my energy into fitness for a long time. And, then becoming a mom, that takes up a lot of my energy. So and I have a lot of depression. And so for me, needing certain creative outlets, and for me being fiery and active, and I don't know, even that would be a whole other thing to unravel, like why that it's dance or whatever, but like, and why it's so sensual and stuff like that. But like, it's something to do with the repressed energy and also needing to express these parts of myself. And it's just, it comes through the way it comes through, and I don't question it. But when people come at you and they say things about it, and they try to like put you in a box or whatever, then you have to keep pushing yourself to show up and do it anyway. Or people being critical and stuff, when it's like, I'm not doing this for money. I'm not asking anything of anybody. I'm just throwing my art out there, but I'm throwing it out to the critics. And so the feminine, all of this stuff about the way that women are supposed to be and like show up and stuff like that, and that's not God. God doesn't say like, oh, women are supposed to be a certain way and all this. Like, some of the most spiritual people are people that are transgender or drag, and like, who knows, like it doesn't fit into a box. So it is tricky when if you're wanting to be a leader and you're wanting to show up and you're wanting to serve. But to me, this all is coming together at this time, because it's like, it's raining now and Teddy is out there. I don't think there's thunder. If I just gave up on that, it would make me sad, because it's like, this is something that I didn't even like conjure up. Like, I used to dance when I was younger and stuff like that, but it was like, I don't know how to describe it, because it's just so, it was like, it just was like, I have to move my body. I have to, like, I don't know. It's just like, so it's weird, because it's like, I feel like I should have some sort of like understanding of why and how, but, you have to know that like the right people are still going to love you, and they're going to embrace that we have this wild part of us too. And that was coming to me before this too, that it's like, we do have to handle it in chunks. Like, it does need, like, that's to me one of the things that's beautiful about the masculine, is that it's a container for the feminine. And so it's like, we do need boundaries. Like, we do need, like, it needs to be contained, and it needs to be like our mind, I don't know, our mind and our nervous system and our perception can only like handle so much at a time and stuff. So it's like, but I think that's to me what's beautiful about like having like the world sort of shifting in the way that it is, in order to like allow for us to continue to, because it's freeing. It's the way that you can express through your body is freeing. So it's like, I don't want to, that's what God was showing me, is that it's like the people that then project that jealousy, it's really that they want to free that part of themselves, but they haven't gotten to that point yet. So it's on me to not let that stop me, and to still let go and send that person forgiveness and love and whatever is needed to clear the energy, so that you can continue to create what you want to do. And hopefully that person will embrace that part of themselves. Because like, I think there's something, it's all gender, it's all sexuality related. Like, that's the thing too that's so crazy, is it's like, everything we've created is created through sexual energy. Like, it's life force. So I think the more that we're liberating these aspects of ourselves, it's like, it's also triggering to people who haven't been able to liberate that or haven't felt safe to liberate it with the people that they're around and that sort of thing. So, that's to me why love is so powerful, and why compassion and grace and these things are like so much more powerful than these lower emotions of hate and rage and revenge and all of this, because it's like, even if this is triggering to you, I can still love you through this space and hope that you are able to liberate this part of yourself at some point down the line. But this is my self-expression, and it's what I'm creating in this lifetime. So I'm not going to stop doing it. And it doesn't mean that I'm not godly or I'm not like whatever connected to source just because I have like, I'm comfortable with my sexual energy. I think it's just interesting because there's things that I just sort of like, I dove into without like, it wasn't even just not thinking, it was just not knowing what I was getting myself into, because I think the divine also kind of like buffered it in the beginning, where it was like, when I was doing this sort of self-expression on Instagram in the beginning, before I had walked away from my family, like people were supportive of it. And I did start getting more attention from guys, because it was like, I was expressing myself more. I was more liberated. I had that reiterated to me that they're like, you're very free in yourself, your expression, whatever. But I was able to manage it and navigate that and not have like stalkers and stuff like that, or whatever, however, it is. But it's been different since I've been doing YouTube, and also psychologically has been so much more intense because I'm doing everything alone. And it's like having to continue to regenerate yourself is really wild. It's like, but I just know that this is something I'm supposed to do in this lifetime. It's weird. It is crazy because it's like, I don't know what it's meant to be. I don't know what it's going to become, but I know that this didn't just come through me for no reason. And it's hard not having support. It's hard not having like genuine support, where that's not someone just trying to love bomb you or just trying to manipulate you or whatever. Like, this got off track a little bit. I was gonna say that it was like loving the parts of myself that were like bullied and exploited, like the way that I look in my body, and the parts that I personally struggle. I also struggle with it because I internalized that, and I chose to abuse myself. I chose to be detrimental to my body and have this obsession about the way that I look, and like be push my body way too hard. And the discipline is kind of separate, because that is an act of self-love, but like I've been like too restrictive with myself too. But like, anyway, loving that part of myself, even though now I'm still getting these reflections of people who like think it's okay to just talk about my body or whatever. And now it's different, because it's from a place of love, of like, I've accepted myself. I love myself. I'm not obsessive about the way that I look anymore, even though I find it interesting that it's interesting now to me to have these sort of reflections coming at me. But I think it's like, that's where, when you can love yourself, you can hold this space for people to learn to love this about themselves, because it's not about the way that you look. It's just about loving that part of you. And it gives you that strength to continue to like for me with the dance, like being able to still persevere with that, because I don't have a lot of places to go. I don't have a lot of outlets for these types of things. So it's like, you need those, I'm getting, my energy is dropping really fast. You need those spaces to express. And it's sort of trusting that there's still the people out there that it's almost like getting to the space of like knowing that your haters are can be motivators, but also that it's like they don't act. It's like the more that you love yourself and the more that you love even the projections you're getting, the more that you see that it's like it's still all love. It's just that these people haven't been able to accept that part of themselves yet, and it's almost like they see you as like a safe space to project their stuff onto, which is like that's where it gets tricky, because I'm like, I'm trying to set boundaries, but it starts to it's like it's a test or a process to like continue to persevere through that until you match up with the reflection that you want to have of like this same embrace, the same reciprocal energy, this same like compassion that you give out. Okay, that was like very long-winded, but yeah, there's something that I wanted to share.